Hi folks, we're going to get things kicked off fairly soon. Just going to give it a couple extra minutes to allow people to join. All right, let's get things started. I'm Kenneth Gleason, Senior Product Manager at HighWire. Today we're going to be talking about meeting abstracts, and specifically around increasing discoverability and attracting audiences. Meeting abstracts provides a publication of highly valued meeting and conference content alongside your journal content. So any type of abstracts that you're going to be publishing for a conference can be published within your JCore journals. Really, the goal is to increase discovery of content so that they can be preserved and discovered over time, as well as to be able to drive interest among prospective attendees in the future. So when you have your meetings from 2017 up and your abstracts up, attendees for 2018 can look back and look at all the information that was presented and to create more interest as they're looking to attend. It's a really exciting way to provide and highlight your meeting and conference content, as well as expand your journal to be the hub of content for all of your publications within your publishing program. Meeting abstracts are for publishers who host a conference or meetings, as well as participate in sponsorships of meetings, as they may drive their publishers or their authors to be actually publishing within these meetings. The goal is to boost awareness around the meetings and also create visibility of past content. It also allows you a way to monetize content through advertisements, third-party tools like TrendMD. As it's going to be published along with your journal content, it's going to have the full feature set that you have for publishing content on your JCore journals. It also allows you to preserve your meeting content. And if you think about how many times abstract pages or conference pages disappears over the years, whether they're hosted on WordPress or sites not optimized for discovery, this allows you to publish right on JCore and have all your meeting abstracts available in the future. To give you a overview of meeting abstracts, it is a really specialized product for publishing these abstracts that's within our JCore journal. It's a professional site. It's not WordPress. It's not without publisher branding or lacking a unique URL or other content. And it's also responsive. So when you're having your participants show up at your conference, they want to use their mobile device to review the abstracts as the conference is going, or they want to look at it on their trip home. It is mobile optimized for reading on the go or at the conference. You're publishing alongside your journal content. This is going to be able to help you boost your visibility for your content of your meeting abstracts. And so that using and leveraging the journal content discovery tools and your optimization for discovery, such as search and Google Scholar, the content is more widely available. Meeting abstracts flow through HighWire Express just as journal content does. There's no need to learn new workflows. It's the same flow that you would have for a journal article. And you have multiple publishing options. So if you want to publish before your conference or event, you have the ability to get it all set up before anyone shows up so they can read the abstracts beforehand and then come into the meeting knowing what's going to happen. You can publish after the event if you want to. For example, ERS publishes after the event just in case if there's any revisions or changes that happen right up to when the meeting is happening. And you also, and it's also, again, optimized for discovery and optimization. So if people are looking for past contents or the content of the current conference that's coming up, it's all going to be discoverable in Google as well as your journal search. The meeting abstracts are published within our JCore platform, and it is built on top of the HighWire Intelligent platform. This actually is an important part of meeting abstracts because it allows us to share the feature set that is on the HighWire Intelligent platform and all the third-party integrations. So if you want to add different tools, third-party tools, HighWire tools, update the layout with new widgets that are available, we can integrate all of these from the HighWire Intelligent platform into your meeting abstracts and JCore journal. You can also leverage different features across, such as Usage Visor, if you want to understand how your usage is being tracked and used across your meeting abstracts. Forgive me. Hop back real fast. Another crucial aspect of the HighWire Intelligent platform is that it provides a 99.97% uptime. We're even seeing higher. We're seeing in the 99.99 range lately. And this make sure that your meeting abstracts are up and available. This is extremely crucial, especially right around the time of your conference or meeting when you want to make sure that everyone can read the content. If the site is hosted on another platform, it has the potential of not being available or not being visible or timing out when people are trying to read the content. So let's take a look at a couple of meeting abstracts examples, and we'll look through about how they're being used. I'm going to highlight ERS as well as the American Society of Hematology. So we're going to talk about ERS first. We've got a great story from ERS, who host their International Congress abstracts on their European repository or respiratory journal. ERS publishes meeting abstracts after the conference in order to be able to deal with any late withdrawals, altercations prior to publishing on HighWire. They highlight them in their society newsletter and community activities. This way that they get more exposure. There's an announcement that they're available. So after the conference, they'll be able to go back or the Congress, I should say, they're able to go back and look at what was presented. Their meeting abstracts are organized by topic. And you can see the list here of the different topics available. And on the right-hand side, you notice that there's ad slots. We have the ERJ Open Research advertisement slot where you can put advertisements. This is a great way to monetize your meeting abstracts. You can also search within the table of contents, and you can highlight upcoming conferences. You can highlight other events. So you can use this as a launch pad to bring awareness about other things that are going on within your community. So as we drill down, I clicked on the allergy and immunology topic. We're going to see a list of all the abstracts that fall within that topic. And you notice we can sort, we can order, and to fit the reader's needs. And again, on the right-hand side, you're going to see a way to highlight or advertise other things that are happening within your community. Another important aspect of this is that all this fits within your journal publication. So it's going to share the same branding, the same navigation options, the same search. All the content is indexed in search. So it's going to be right alongside your journal content, providing the most optimized discovery. So clicking down into an abstract, you'll notice a very familiar look. The meeting abstracts follows our article layout. And one of the most important reasons we do this is because meeting abstracts aren't just the abstract. There is quite a bit of information available, and we want readers to interact with the abstracts just as they would with any other article. The abstract pages are tailored to be indexed in Google Scholar and Google. They're all available there. We use the same meta tags as our journals, so you're going to get the HighWire Intelligent Platform Superior Indexing options. And my favorite part is when you search for this specific topic within your journal, you're able to find articles, and you're going to be able to find meeting abstracts right next to each other in the search. And you can create facets to narrow down results. It's a really great way to provide more optimal discovery within your journal. So looking at a couple page highlights, we have our social sharing tools. So we have the ability to email, we have the ability to create alerts, you have your citation tools, you can request permissions. This provides you the great article toolbox that we have available on journal articles on the meeting abstracts. Again, we want them readers to interact with the meeting abstracts just as they would any other journal article. You also have the ability to add third-party tools and HighWire modules. You can see on the right-hand side, we have more within this TOC section. We can have related abstracts, and we can add sort of any advertisements you want to do, or any advertising sections will work just fine. You also have the ability to highlight your authors or presenters. So if you hover over the authors, you can see their institutional information, their ORCID record if they have one, and other content published within the journal. So it's a great way to provide author recognition. So moving on, we've got ASH, and they highlight a different view of their meeting abstracts. This is to show you that we have an extremely flexible design within the meeting abstracts on JCore. We can create different ways to access and view the content. Ash has provided in the top right-hand corner, a abstract link so that you can get to this page. Publishers on JCore have full control over the menus. So if you want to add an abstracts page, you can do so on any menu item in any tier. So if you wanted to have a content menu and then you highlight abstracts underneath it, you could handle that. So they're using their blood journal to house their annual meeting abstracts, and they're managed or accessible through this single page so that you can get a full preserved history. This is just a screenshot of a certain section, but as you see, it goes 2014 to 2017. So it really does have that preservation model so that you can go back and look over time. Especially if you have articles that are shared or cited, as if there's full, DOI support, just as you would have on any other article. The same publishing tool set is available. So if they're being shared or cited, they're preserved within the journal and the journal content. It's preserved even at a deeper level where you have it's preserved in the XML from your content. So you have a great way to make these accessible over time. Again, this is a abstract view. And I'm going to highlight a couple of different areas here. You can see on Ash's abstract page, we have our advertisement in the top right-hand corner. JCore offers a flexible design where you can move different sections around on the page. So if you want to highlight advertisements higher on the page, you can do so. And this is an example. But another aspect I want to highlight is we have our tabbed layout that we see on our article pages. So you see article that's highlighted now, and then you see figures and data, info and metrics, and e-letters. So these also come from our journal layout, and we think they're very crucial to the meeting abstracts. Figures and data provides you a deeper look at what's going on with the abstract and what was presented. I'll show you an example of a section in just a moment where you can see a figures and data in line within the article. We have our info and metrics, which is very cool. It allows you to understand usage and see how the meeting abstracts are being used, as well as provide additional information. So if you wanted to actually add third-party tools here in figures and info and metrics, you can. So if you want to add all metrics to get the social side of things and how the usage is being used there, you can add tools like that. Since it's connected to a DOI, it's very easy to track. And we believe that's extremely important to the success of these abstract pages, so that you can see the impact and see the metrics that are happening. We also have the ability to highlight in Google Analytics, so that you can see the traffic coming to the abstract pages and build reports to see what percentage of traffic you're getting from the abstracts pages. We're seeing a nice boost in traffic for those who are publishing on the abstract pages. And so as you publish more over time, you can create more awareness around your journal through publishing different types of content, such as abstracts and journal content together. Here's an example. if I had scrolled down on this article, I'll start here. If you imagine me scrolling here, you'll see an inline figure or an inline image. So within that reading experience, you can jump over to or scroll down into a figure or a piece of data. For example, if you wanted to have equations, you could do MathML, all within the article. This also highlights how you can pull in third-party tools like TrendMD to highlight and create a new way to monetize content within your publications. So as I mentioned, we have quite a few partnerships available. And what's great about the HighWire Intelligent Platform is you have the ability to leverage all the third-party tools across the intelligent platform. And so if you wanted to add presenters' ORCID's IDs, you want to add all metrics, you want to make sure that you have support for MathML, MathJax for figures and making sure equations show up correctly, as well as videos. So if you wanted to add Brightcove videos of the presentations, you can do that within meeting abstracts. So you have a whole lot of different options here within the HighWire Intelligent Platform with meeting abstracts. So we can tailor it to be sort of just an abstract view with the standard journal sharing features. But if you want to go and create a robust experience, you have the ability to do that and share figures and data, third-party tools, learn more about the authors by highlighting them. So there's lots of different options. We also have a set of complementary products and features. These are HighWire based tools. So if you wanted to have bench press for doing submission management for your meeting abstracts, we have options for you. We can build content within custom collection toolkit. So if you want to build collections on the fly, you have the ability to mix and match journal content as well as meeting abstract content and build collections so that they're available on the site. So if there's a trending topic or something in the news where you want to highlight research that you've done very quickly, custom collection toolkit allows you to do that. Another way to add content or make your journal a hub of content is to use direct publishing for blog and news. You can actually highlight meeting abstracts within those blog posts or the upcoming conference that's available, or just to even announce that the meeting abstracts are available. So by creating this hub within your journal, you're providing more reason for readers to go there. So you have your journal content, your blog posts, your meeting abstracts. And we really want your journals to be the place to go to learn more about your society, about your publications. So we have lots of options for you. We also have our intelligent commerce for e-commerce. And then we also have our impact advisors and usage advisors to learn how your content is being leveraged within JCore. So all of these features and integrations that are available to JCore are available to the meeting abstracts, which is, again, very important to the success of your meeting abstracts and making them available and easy to find. All right, so that covers the presentation. And we're going to take a look at a couple questions here. I've added my email address there, so you see kgleason@highwirepress.com. If you have any questions that I may not get to, please email me. I'm always happy to answer more questions. So I'm going to pop out the questions section right now. All right. So one of the questions was for inputting input for formulas. In the abstracts, we have the MathJax and MathML. So we have ability to add formulas within. And you can do that within the in line within the meeting abstract. So if you're reading, you can actually see the formula right there within the abstract reading experience. We also have the ability to put it within the figures and data tab. So it can show up in one place, or you can have it in both, or you can and you can highlight all your figures and data in one place. So will the abstracts be considered part of the journal? Absolutely. So with abstracts, you have it'll fit within the JCore journal experience. So they'll be searchable, they'll be indexed the same way, they'll flow in through HighWire Express the same exact way. You have the ability to create what we call advanced pages for creating new pages to highlight the conference or different abstracts. And so you have the option to do a lot of changes there. So even if you're looking to just revise and update, you have the ability to do that. So you have lots of options within the journal, just as you would any other journal content. The next question is, will there be DOI assignment? And absolutely. Again, the content for abstracts is just like any other journal article. So it's going to flow through HighWire Express. We're going to deposit DOIs. When they're published, the DOI will be readily available. We know that these abstracts can be sometimes very breaking information. So they're going to be shared. They could be cited. So we want to make sure that that DOI is available. So the next question, is there a PDF option? Absolutely. And we also do support tables. So I can provide more information about that, but we do offer table options within the article. But yes, there's absolutely a PDF option. The next question is can we add late-breaking abstracts at a later stage from the initial publication? Absolutely. We can keep the abstracts submission open, similar to the way you would keep an issue open, so that you can add them over time. And again, you can revise to any time you'd like. So if there's something that's late to come, you can add it. For example, when ERS will make sure that everything's all set before it moves to HighWire, but if there's any sort of change that needs to happen, that they have the full capability to resubmit XML and make changes. And the next question is, what about extended abstracts? There's no specific link or a length that is set on meeting abstracts. So you have the ability to add longer ones. We can set it up to include slides depending on how you want to do slides. If you're doing PowerPoint, we can support that fairly easily. We also have the ability to include links or download options. So if you want to add a specific type of slideshow or other information, we can add that in the info and or more information section, or even within the figures and data. So you'll just sort of submit those slides just as you would with figures and data through HighWire Express. So the next question is about cost, and I will let our sales team handle that one. It's going to be dependent on what you're doing with the meeting abstracts. So there's a couple different ways to publish meeting abstracts within the HighWire Intelligent Platform, you can have a standalone site just for your meeting abstracts, so that you can sort of brand it towards that conference, or you can have it within your JCore. Most of our publishers are doing within JCore. It's really dependent on the size of your conference and how much content you're publishing. But I'll let our sales folks handle that. So if you're working with a salesperson, please contact them to ask, and we'll work through it. Otherwise, feel free to send me an email, and we'll figure out the next steps for you. The next question is about what format do you want the XML in, or what format do we is submitted through HighWire Express? We would like the JATS format, and really because it's the industry standard, as well as provides the most optimal way to preserve content over time and make sure that it's easily integratable to other platforms as well as preservation systems. So JATS is our method. We have a full documentation around our HighWire Express, but we support the standard JATS, so you don't have to jump through any hoops to send it through HighWire Express and publish on our journals. And we work really hard to make sure that the JATS format is always up to date and the standard version. All right, well, that looks like it covers the questions. Oh, actually, we got one more late coming in. It says, can your app include other meeting info? I will take a crack at this. You may mean something other than app, but we can include more meeting info through our, well, there's a couple different ways. You can provide advertisement-like images to highlight different conferences, more information about the conferences. You can create what we call advanced pages, which you have full control over, where you can add any sort of information. So if you want to do a 1 or 2 pager on the conference and upcoming events, or highlighting specific sections of the conference or meeting, you have the ability to do so. So it's not just the meeting abstracts. You can provide more information within the meeting abstracts pages. We can include links. We can include, a paragraph of text, images for the conference, things like that. So you have quite a few different options. And if you look at JCore, about different layout options you have, it's fully customizable. So with meeting abstracts, you do have some ability to customize and make changes. But again, the advanced pages work really well for this, so you can add different pages and link off to them and highlight the conference. Okay, so the question is refined as, are these conference abstracts would be available from an app? We don't build apps for the JCore journals. We have responsive design so that they can fit within a mobile device. And really, we focus on responsive design because there's so many different devices out there that we want to make sure it's going to work on all of them, at least modern devices, so that readers can easily get to the content without having to download apps or make sure the app's up to date or things like that. We do have APIs around our content that are available. So if you want to build an app, we do have content APIs, and which should be a different conversation, but we do have those options depending on what you want to build. All right, so that covers the questions. I thank you all for attending. We are going to be sharing this meeting via video afterwards, especially for those who were unable to attend. There's a couple questions I wasn't able to get to, but I will follow up via email. Thank you all for joining. Feel free to contact your salesperson or your account manager, or even reach out to me at kgleason@highwirepress.com if you have any other questions. And thanks again for attending.